Hey everyone, Dr. Aaron Moreland here from Vallejo Health and Wellness Center in Eden Prairie. Today I'm going to be talking about more ways that you can boost your immune system. And what I want to do is start with a story about my twin daughters. And so our twins were born back in 1999, seemed healthy, everything seemed to be going well in their health, but it wasn't until about 9 months that we started seeing that they started to get sick. And I'll never forget this day because it was Thanksgiving weekend, and I remember the kids woke up and they had green stuff coming out their eyes, they had green stuff coming out their nose, they had green stuff coming out their ears. And so I didn't know what to do with this. My wife's a nurse. I was just an undergrad at the time. No idea what to do with it. My wife said, "Oh, we got to take him to the doctor." So we took him to the doctor and said, "Oh, your kids have double ear infections. They need to be on an antibiotic." So we put them on an antibiotic. It seemed to clear up. But about a month later, they wake up and they got green stuff coming out their eyes, green stuff coming out their nose, green stuff coming out their ears. And so back to the doctor's office we went, double ear infection again, eardrums had ruptured, and need to put them on an antibiotic again. So antibiotic seems to work, clear things up. A few months later, sick again. Now we went through this process over and over again for the next probably year and a half, where they would get sick, we'd take them to the doctor would put them on an antibiotic, they seemed to get better, and then they would get sick again. And so finally we got pretty sick of doing this dance with the doctor and trying to figure this out. And so I asked the doctor, is there anything else that we could do to fix this problem? And he said, it's probably about time that we put tubes in your kids, in the girls' ears. And so I didn't know really what else to do, so I'm like, okay, we'll go ahead and do that. By this point, I'm in chiropractic school, and I remember going to school and telling my friends that, well, we got to put tubes in our kids' ears because they've got double ear infections, and they want to do the surgery. And that's when my friend, who had actually been raised in a chiropractic family, his parents are both chiropractors, said to me, well, why aren't you taking him to the chiropractor to get adjusted? And I thought maybe he misheard me, so I'm like, well, I didn't tell you that they had neck or back pain. I told you that they had double ear infections and they need to get tubes put in their ears. Because my idea of chiropractic, I'd used chiropractors ever since I was in high school, but the reason I would go to the chiropractor was because I had hurt my back, I had hurt my neck. There was no really other reason I had ever thought of to go to the chiropractor, but they said that it would help with their immune system. So we decided, well, we may as well give it a try. So we sat down with that doctor, they explained why it could be helpful. There could be a mechanical reason that top bone in the spine called the atlas could be subluxated, kind of out of place, and what can happen is it can actually push on that eustachian tube and then they can get ear infections. Or they said a bigger reason that could be is because they have a subluxation that's interfering with their ability for their immune system to work the way that it's supposed to. So that made sense to me. They also talked to us about different things with their diet and such. And so we started working with that chiropractor, and it took a little bit, because I remember they got probably about a month into care, they got another ear infection, and the chiropractor's like, no, just give us some more time, it will start to work. And so we did. It probably about 2-3 months into care, started noticing that, wow, they're not getting ear infections anymore, and they just seem to be a lot healthier than they used to be. And so we started kept getting them adjusted. They kept getting healthier and healthier, to the point where we've never had to take our girls back to the doctor for any illnesses since we started working with that chiropractor. And so it's been really amazing. So the reason I tell you that story is because we've been telling people how to boost their immune system, and I think most people understand that taking supplements, vitamin C, vitamin A, zinc, those things can help with our immune system, and then washing our hands can help with our immune system, getting proper sleep can help with our immune system. But when we tell people that adjustments can help with their immune system, I think that people, I don't know if they really buy into what we're telling them, because they haven't been told that by anybody else. They haven't gone to the doctor and heard that, yet they've heard those other things that can be helpful for their immune system. But there's good research, and we see it all the time, so anecdotal research as well. In this office, we see people that are getting adjusted are less likely to get sick. And so we can actually look back at a pandemic, an epidemic that we had years ago and actually see how chiropractic made a huge difference. Back in 1918, we've all probably heard this, especially more recently with this coronavirus going around, that there was a pandemic, that there was a flu pandemic, that it was impacting the whole world. You'll hear all kinds of statistics. Some people will say 50 million people died that year, even up to 100 million people died that year of the flu. But we do know that it impacted people in a significant way. But when you look in history, and you can see in the chiropractic profession, what you will actually see is that many chiropractors, many states actually did not have licensed chiropractors in that state, that there was chiropractors practicing, but they weren't licensed. And it wasn't until the 1918 flu that happened that many states actually licensed chiropractors as medical professionals. And the reason they did this is because they were seeing that people that were going to the chiropractors, they saw that the death rate, if they had the flu, that the death rate was significantly different. In fact, if you looked at Iowa and you looked at the amount of people that were dying of the flu, you would see that if you went to a medical doctor for the flu, that 1 out of every 15 people would die of the flu in Iowa. When people went to the chiropractor, though, what you saw that it was only 1 in 886 people were dying of the flu. So you can see a huge difference. In fact, when you look at nationwide, for every 10,000 cases in the United States of people that went to a medical doctor, 950 people would die of the flu. That's a huge amount of people dying from it. We look in that 6 to 8% of the people that would get the flu, go to the medical doctor to be treated, they would die of it. And the reason why is because the medical doctors just didn't have a lot that they could do to help a person that was dealing with the flu. Whereas if you looked at a person going to the chiropractor, out of 10,000 people that had the flu, there was only 25 deaths. So that's a 0.25%. So huge difference between the two. And it's because chiropractors had a lot more tools in their belt when it came to that kind of illness to be able to help someone. From the chiropractic adjustment to being able to use supplements to other modalities that a chiropractor might have used to help that. And that's it wasn't just chiropractors too, it was people going to osteopaths, and they actually found that the spinal manipulations was a huge reason those people were getting better. And so when you look at the studies, because back then they didn't have a real good explanation other than if you get the nervous system working properly, then the immune system can work properly, and then the body can fight off that infection. But what we're seeing is, as studies are being published, like why does that work? What we're seeing is spinal manipulation or a chiropractic adjustment. What that can do to help someone is the research is actually showing that it reduces pro-inflammatory cytokines. Okay, cytokines, you don't need to remember that name, but just think of the word pro-inflammatory, not a good thing to be happening in your body, so it reduces that. And then what it does is it increases immunoregulatory cytokines, which is a good thing. So they regulate the immune system, help the immune system to work the way they're supposed to. So through the course of this coronavirus, we're really encouraging people that they should be getting their spines checked and getting adjusted as needed. So what you're seeing in America today is a lot of people are afraid. They're not sure what they could be doing. One of the reasons they're afraid is if they do get coronavirus, they have no idea what they could do about it. There's not a lot being told other than to wash your hands, to be able to prevent the virus itself. But really the biggest thing you can do personally to prevent the coronavirus is to make yourself really as healthy as you possibly can, strengthen your immune system, and then of course take practices, take measures so you're not spreading, if you do get that you're not spreading it to other people. But it's really important to be able to strengthen your immune system, and one of the ways you can do that, as you can see based off of studies and based off of what we've seen in history, is getting a chiropractic adjustment, because it can help your immune system work at a better level. So what we're seeing in our office is we want people to come in and get adjusted, but we also understand that people, they're worried. Do I come in? What if I get exposed to someone? One of the things that we're doing in our office, we're taking every precaution necessary, from making sure that our doors are propped open to get in, that you don't have to stop even and talk to the front desk, less communication, less interaction with other people. We're wiping our tables down. As chiropractors and massage therapists that we have working here, we're doing everything possible to keep ourselves healthy, limiting our exposure to other people as well, except for just working with our patients. And that will be a great way for us to prevent anyone else from getting it. And we haven't had any cases in our office at all, reported cases. But we do understand that people, that is a fear, but we want to help them to feel comfortable that coming into our office is a safe place to be, and you can get adjusted, get that immune system boosted that way, and help your body to work just the way it's designed to. So again, we're making videos this whole next weeks to months, and really we'll continue to do this for years to come, because we think the most important thing you can do is keep your body healthy so that your body can work the way it's supposed to. Again, your body has the most incredible pharmacy built within it. Your body was created to be able to adapt and deal with these things, and so let's get that body working the best it possibly can so your body can fight off these infections, fight off these illnesses. It's not just a coronavirus that's out there. There's the flu virus, there's other infectious agents that we have to think about, and the stronger our immune system, the better our body can work. So again, my name is Dr. Aaron Moreland with Vallejo Health and Wellness Center in Eden Prairie. Hopefully you're having a great day. We are praying for everybody, all of our patients, but we're praying for our country and just our world just as we go through this. And we want you to understand that we are here for you. We're here to serve you. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. God bless.